Okay, Inter Milan have completed the signing of Christian Eriksen for £17 million as the initial fee. That's a great bit of business by Inter. They bought a player for below market value. If you look at the state of the current transfer market, let's say, with how Neymar's record transfer, to PSG and Harry Maguire going as the most expensive defender of all time in recent times. The transfer market right now is overinflated, absolutely. But if you look at the value of what players are going for, this is a deal on the cheap, and Inter can be very, very happy with the piece of business they've done. They are in a title race with Juventus in the Serie A league table. They're only 3 points behind. You can see they're strengthening their squad for a push for the title in Italy, which will be an interesting thing because Juventus have dominated Serie A in recent years and have not really been challenged as much as I think they should have with some of the quality players that are playing in Italy. I think the Italian league is improving in quality again after a decade or so where it's declined in quality. And on the Inter side, they can be very, very happy with the player they've got. He's a very creative attacking midfielder who's very good with set plays as well. And a lot of Italian football surround and goals in Italian football come from set plays, from free kicks and corners. So that's a very, very good bit of business on Inter's end. On the Tottenham end, I have some questions. Why wasn't this deal done in the summer? And if they couldn't complete it in the summer, which we know, why wasn't it not done at the beginning of this January transfer window? Tottenham are leaving it very, very late if they want to get a like-for-like replacement with only a few days in the window left open. I think three days or 2.5 days with the window left open. Also, with the Tottenham squad as it is now and how the players are playing, and with some of their injuries like Harry Kane, the team as a whole, do they still have that Champions League final hangover where they didn't perform in the Champions League final? The year before, they didn't perform well in the FA Cup semi-final. And in 2016, when they basically ran out of steam when Leicester won the title, they've come up short so many times. Has this group of players peaked as a core, as a group? With their lack of transfer activity when the stadium was being built, is that those after effects now being felt with a lot of tired legs? Injuries are becoming more commonplace with a lot of players. Dele Alli, for example, now Harry Kane. And why did Tottenham undervalue him? Why did Tottenham not dig their heels in and ask for a bit more? Did they cave? So we'll see what happens with Tottenham and whether this, how this affects them going forward for the second half of the season. They are well behind where they should be with the group of players they've got, and they've already had to change the manager this season. So Pochettino getting sacked and Mourinho coming in. Now, on a final point, Mourinho was not very happy with how the transfer went down. He complained a bit about how Inter handled themselves, but Inter have come out of this winners, in my view. They've strengthened their squad. I think they've got a player that will suit Serie A perfectly especially with his set play technique and how he can also bring other players into play. He may not be the most prolific goal scorer, but Italian football doesn't necessarily require that. But he's a very, very good technician on the ball. He's very good at distributing the ball, and he can score from set plays and create from set plays, which is what a lot of Italian football can be based upon at times. If it's a very tight game, a corner or a free kick can settle a game. If you can get that ball whipped in the box and you've got a half decent centre forward who can get on the end of it, or in some cases from corners and free kicks, a centre back who's very good in the air, you can win a game 1-0 in Italy, and that is quite commonplace. As I say, on the Tottenham side of things, how will this affect the squad? How will this affect how the group performs? He's a big part of the Tottenham leadership core. He's been there for a very long time. He's one of the leaders. In my view, he's one of the key players. How will this affect them going forward? Do they have that squad depth in place? Are the players that play a similar role, are they performing? And my answer to that is probably no, because their league position would tell you that they have definitely failed to impress this season. They are well below where they should be with the players they have available and the players in that squad. But could this lack of transfer activity in recent years with the build of the new stadium and the amount of money they put into the stadium, could this now be a consequence of that, where they're now forced to sell assets at below market value because of various reasons? But I'm going to leave that there. Place your thoughts below. I think Inter have come out of this winners. Tottenham, could they have asked for a bit more? Could they have got a bit more for the player? Time will tell how he does at Inter, and also time will tell with Tottenham whether their form improves enough that they can get back in the Champions League places, and how their cup form also goes as well with the Champions League, etc., and how they perform in that competition. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Please place your comments below. I'll have some more videos for you soon, and if you like what you've seen or like anything else you see on this channel, please also hit a like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. I'll have some more videos for you very soon.